Good afternoon. I think we need to start. Some of us have been here doing oversight visits since early this morning. I think we can start, Stimbisa, is that right? I just need the list of the channels for the interpretation so that I can announce that. But firstly, good afternoon to everybody, and also good afternoon to the team from the department that is joining us online today. My name is Greg Schneemann. I'm a member of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature. Before we continue any further, can I just ask members to introduce themselves quickly? Start with you, Members Kosana.
Good afternoon, everybody in the house. I guess I'm audible. My name is Mala Zagas Kosana, the member of the committee in the legislation in Gauteng. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Urban Sarota. I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Emma More, member of this portfolio committee. Thank you.
So as I've indicated, my name is Greg Schneemann. I also chair the Portfolio Committee on Transport and Logistics in the Gauteng Provincial Legislature. Let me welcome members that are here with me. Welcome members, and thank you for being able to be here in this committee meeting. Let me also greet the committee support team that have helped put the oversight visit this morning together and this meeting here in the IEC Hall. Let me also greet those who are from the department. I'm not sure if the MEC is online yet, but nevertheless, my greetings to the MEC, the HOD, CEOs of the various entities, and other officials that will join us online. And let me then welcome yourselves and say good afternoon to yourselves that are here from various areas around Randfontein. Perhaps some of you have come from further afield, but welcome. Before I go any further, and we're really pleased to have you here, and we trust that the conversation that we'll be having today, and we'll explain just now what we'll be doing, I certainly hope that it'll be of benefit, and that you will leave here having a better understanding about the work of the Provincial Department of Roads and Transport in Gauteng. Before I proceed, I don't know whether you've got headphones like this, but we do have a translation service, and the languages that are being translated the languages that are being provided, Tsonga and Venda is being provided. Tsonga is on channel 1, Venda is on channel Tsonga and Venda is on channel 2, English is on channel 1, Zulu is on channel, and Xhosa on channel 3, Afrikaans is on channel 4, Sesotho and Tswana on channel 5. I hope that's correct. A little bit confusing. Do you have these headpieces? Does anybody need translation? Okay, please put your hands up. Please put your hands up. The team over there, can you please distribute the headphones? Please keep your hands up. They will bring the headphones to you and the device to change channels. Can the team please help us distribute the headphones and the devices for translation, please? Please keep your hands up. Keep your hands up so they can bring them to you. I don't want to continue until the translation devices have been handed out, so that we can make sure then that everybody is able to listen in their language of choice. So let's just give that a minute or two. Thank you. While they're busy handing out the devices, let me also greet the interpretation team at the back there and say thank you very much for being here and always being available to work with committees of the legislature. Thank you very much. Let me also greet the sound team and the team that's doing the online recording on Facebook and YouTube. Good afternoon to yourselves as well. But let's just allow them to finish distributing the headpieces, the earpieces and the devices for translation. Let's just allow that to complete. Thank you. Please keep your hands up if you don't have a device yet, so they can bring it to you. They are busy giving them out. Thank you. Is there anybody on this side who's still waiting for a headpiece? Please keep your hands up. Can the team please just help us to move a bit faster? Because we want to start and move. Stambisa, can you just help us just to see how we can get these distributed quickly, please? Okay, I think we're going to have to move while the last few are given out. So those of you who've received your translation headsets, please just, they will come and bring them to you. Let me again repeat, on the device there's a channel, you can change channels, there's volume, etc. So channel 2, on channel 2, on the device, Tsonga and Venda. English is on channel 1, Zulu and Xhosa is on channel 3, Afrikaans on channel 4, and Sesotho and Tswana on channel 5. That's what I'm told. I hope that's correct, and I hope it's correct what I've been given. So I think we can proceed. Let me just check if the department is online with us. All right, let me continue in the meantime. So, because this is a portfolio committee and it's a committee of the legislature that is meeting here, whenever a committee meets outside of the legislature, we then need to declare the venue that we're in as a precinct of the legislature for the duration of the committee meeting. So it means that the rules of the Gauteng legislature would apply here in this venue as well. So in terms of Rule 56(1) and 2, which is a rule of the legislature, it states as follows. 1, the legislature or a committee of the legislature may hold meetings outside of the ordinary precinct of the legislature. And 2, the speaker or a chairperson of a committee holding a meeting outside the precinct of the legislature must declare the area as a precinct of the legislature for the duration of the meeting. I therefore wish to declare this venue, the IEC Hall here in Randfontein, as a precinct of the Gauteng provincial legislature, and the relevant rules then apply. The purpose of this particular meeting is as follows. Today, we're going to have the Provincial Department of Transport, led by the MEC Diali Klabela, and the HOD, the Head of Department of the Department of Roads and Transport, Dr. Mdadani. They will be, together with their team, they will just be giving us a report on the first quarter performance of the department. So, just to explain, the financial year of government in the province and a national government runs from the 1st of April to the 31st of March. And then it's divided up into 4 quarters, 3 months in each quarter. So the first quarter is April, May, and June. And each quarter, the department then presents to us their quarterly performance, the expenditure, the targets that they would have met, and the work that they would have undertaken, which would have been in line with their strategic plans and annual performance plans. And so today we will receive from the department a brief overview and answering questions which we as the committee have already sent to them on their first quarter performance. So we'll be getting that report. Then the committee, as I say, had also asked questions. So the department will give us an overview of their first quarter, some of the highlights. Then they'll answer the questions that the committee have provided. The committee also received a letter from the Hammanskraal United Commuter Voice on issues relating to Northwest Star bus service in Hammanskraal. And so the department will also give us some responses to that particular letter that was sent to the committee. And then the second part of the meeting, once the members of the committee have been able to ask follow-up questions to the department, we will open up to yourselves to ask questions in relation to matters that relate to roads and transport, and particularly at a provincial level, but also there may be some things that would have been raised here in terms of the various reports. You're then able to raise some of those questions. And then we'll get responses, and then that brings us to the end of the meeting. So I just want to indicate that the committee has been in Randfontein since 9 o'clock this morning. We undertook an oversight visit to the driver license testing centre in Randfontein to go and have a look and assess the services that are being provided by the DLTC in Randfontein, which is run by the municipality, but they provide services on behalf of the Provincial Department of Roads and Transport. And we spent about 3 hours there going through some presentations and then doing a walkabout to actually assess for ourselves the standard of service being provided. So that's why this meeting is starting now at 1 o'clock. Normally we would have started much earlier, but we decided to make good use of our day and do an oversight visit and then come for this particular meeting. So if some of us look a bit tired or maybe have caught a bit of sun, it's because we were out there doing an oversight visit and walking around. And I can assure you it's hot outside today. It's not warm. It's not cold, it's hot. So that really is the purpose of our meeting here today. I trust you all listening now in your language of choice. and I trust that helps. Stimbiso, are there any apologies? All right, what we'll do, members, Stimbiso, can you help us with the apologies, please? While Stimbiso is getting a microphone, I just need to indicate to yourselves this is a formal committee meeting. So this will also give you a sense as to how we work in the legislature and how committee meetings are run. So you'll find it's very orderly, and we will also go through the agenda shortly. Stimbiso, over to you on terms of the apologies, please.
Good afternoon, Chair, and good afternoon to members as well as to stakeholders and colleagues. In terms of the apologies that we have two apologies, which was Member Du Plessis as well as Member Van Dijk, who had requested to leave at 1:30 for the meeting, so they have other commitments on the site. So Member Mhlongo did reflect that she will join the public meeting later. I think Member Masugu, in terms of the apology, we are not sure yet, but we'll keep on checking with him as to how far he is, as well as Member Masoleng, who has reflected that she will not be able to join today due to other commitments. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks very much, Stimbiso. Honourable members, that's the apologies we've received. Maybe just to indicate as well that the MEC, the HOD and officials will be joining us online today because they have a strategic planning meeting that had already been planned. And so we agreed that they could join us online via Microsoft Teams. So is there a mover for the adoption of the apologies? Member Skosana?
Chair, move for the adoption of the...
Thanks, Member Skosana. Is there a seconder? Member Sorota?
Second, Chair.
Thanks, Member Sorota. So we've dealt with the apologies. Stimbiso, can you take us through the agenda, please?
Thank you, Chair.
Flight the agenda as well, please.
I think at this point they are trying to pull up the connection for the agenda to the screen, so we are just waiting. I will just talk to the agenda maybe for now on the computer. So in terms of the agenda for today, the agenda will stick to the presentations by the department and its entities. That will focus on the presentation on the overview of the first quarterly report. Then on the 4.2 is the issue of the responses to the committee questions on the first quarter report. Then on number 3 is the issue of the presentation on the response to the Hammanskraal United Commuter Voice demand letter. Then also on number 5, we have the stakeholder submissions. On number 6, the NCOP and provincial bills. Number 7, the petitions. Number 8, resolution tracking. Number 9, it's the issue of the correspondence. And then number 10, the issue of the date of the next meeting as well as the adjournment. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Stimbiso. Members, that's the agenda. Is there a mover for the adoption of the agenda as presented? Member More?
I move for the adoption of the agenda, Chair.
Member Skosana?
Seconded, Chair.
Thank you. Stimbiso? Is a connection there? Okay, I'm told there's a problem with sound and the team from the department and the MEC are unable to hear. So we're going to hold on for a few minutes and allow them just to sort out this technical problem. So let's just, we'll adjourn, I suppose, not adjourn, but let's give it about 4 or 5 minutes, thanks. If they don't support that, sort this out, we have a challenge. So let's just give it a few minutes.
to say living. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2. One, two, 1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Testing, testing, 1 2 3, testing. Testing, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is there any luck there, Mohamoti? Can they hear? Not that. Sorry for this delay, but it's a technical problem they're trying to sort out. So those who are joining virtually can't hear us, and we can't hear them. Can anybody hear? Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Can they hear? I'm not sure if the MEC or any of the team from transport are online. If you are, can you just talk so we can see if we can hear you? I'm told you can hear us. I don't know if that's correct. Is there anybody from the department, HOD, DDGs that are online? Can you hear us? And if so, just indicate, because we're not hearing anybody talking back to us.
Chair, we can hear you.
Okay. The HOD that maybe was speaking, I think. Be turned up a bit so we can start. All right, thank you very much. It looks like we can hear. Can you hear through your earpieces as well? You could hear? Okay. All right, thank you very much, and apologies for the slight technical difficulty. I guess they do happen sometimes. It's just like when you get in your car and you try and start your car, and your car doesn't start. So these things do happen. So apologies for that. And apologies to the MEC and the team on that side. I think it's something beyond our control at the table here, but at least we hope they've sorted it out now. So on that note, let me, without wasting time, then hand over to the MEC and the HOD. I'm not sure who's online with us. I can't see here. But to take us through the various reports that have been prepared in terms of the Q1 performance report of the Department of Roads and Transport for the financial year 25-26, and it's the first quarter. So I think if the MEC is still with us, can I hand over to MEC or the HOD, and then those that are presenting to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
That's a bit better.
Good afternoon.
Hold on, please hold on.
So these within the system, and if you go to health, obviously there's a lot of pressure groups, and they've got very strong voices. You can't ignore them even in this field. But that's the point that we are even really just really about the infrastructure, the medical equipment that is also failing, and how then all that is then contributing. So the other issue that the legislature had asked was then the role of poor financial and operational management in the accumulation of medical legal accruals. So in our really review, as HOD said,
Can the interpretation team just please talk as if you're on the different channels, just so we can hear if we are picking you up on these headphone pieces?
Chair, we are ready. We can hear you. This is HOD.
in critical areas. So for us to remain liquid, we have to manage that. And the problem of it really that we experience as children is that even though they are aware of the budget is less than 6 or 8 they still want.
I am not. I'm not.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we can hear you clearly.
trying to do that. It's just that she was walking from outside. They are having their own problems. I think one will be fine. The other one, because
It's a echo. Oh.
Let's try now.
hello, let me see. I'm not sure if you can hear me and the team.
We can hear you well. Let me see.
Loudspeaker, young lady. The laptop is in the loudspeaker.
Oh, he's coming. He's at the back.
Turn the sound off.
I can you see?
Yes, yes.
On this phone. On this laptop.
Where's his sound?
We can hear the train.
It's up to the house level.
Is it?
This is guys.
Speaker sound is good.
Oh,
Is it at the back?
we can hear you.
Where's the mic? Speaker. First to that.
This one.
You reckon?
They invited the
That's better. Is it?
It's not going to pick it up. Okay.
Chair, can you hear us? Yeah.
They are one to hear. Otherwise,
Hi, MEC.
Mohammed, bothata ke eng? Ha re utlwa le mo?
Ha go utlwa le bothata problem ke the main sound, MEC.
Oh, le batla public e utlwe.
Yes, or public ink. So the problem here is it's those people of the sound. So that's where the problem is. They can hear you, but the public can't hear.
so it's not the system.
It's not the system there.
Yeah, it's their system that's giving us problems. So Chair is now having a caucus with members. So I'm not sure what will be their decision. We are at Randfontein municipality.
On the 15th of August, he gave us a very clear guideline.
Okay.
Can I just indicate we're going to give it another 5 minutes. If they can't sort it out, we're going to change the agenda of this meeting. But let's just give it 5 minutes, and then we'll explain how we're going to proceed. But we will have to change the agenda of the meeting. But let's just give them 5 minutes, and otherwise we'll explain how do we proceed. All right. Sorry about this. It's beyond our control, and I hope you will understand. Our sincere apologies.
Everything I pick up. No, we want to try and move on. Can they hear the sound from here? Yeah, because they are not speaking. They are not speaking. Okay. They are not speaking. Yes, and I'm running. So we should be fine now. We should be fine. Okay. Sorry, someone needs to tell the chairperson that she can start. Sorry? Someone, which is, you must tell the chairman to start now. Everything is fine now. So, why are you giving me the phone? To tell the chairperson. It's not a phone. So someone needs to tell the chairman. So everything is fine. Okay. The thing is fine, but there's some problem is with something. Talk to the MEC. Wait, online. Or are you not connected?
I'm not connected.
Okay. Laptop. Check with the MEC online so that we can hear if the sound is yeah.
Let me see. Yes, now it's coming the sound. Are you able to hear me? Yes, we are sharp.
Good afternoon, MEC. I don't know if you can hear us, but we could hear you there for a minute or two. Good afternoon. We're having to, well, let me firstly again apologize for this. It's an hour delay now with no connection. We've had to make a decision as a committee, what do we do? We've got the department and the MEC sitting in a venue where they're supposed to be having a strategic planning session. So what we've agreed with the MEC, we are going to have our own engagement session with yourselves as a committee. All right? Because there's no connectivity. So even when they talk, we can hear for a minute and then it goes off. And we don't want to keep you waiting here all afternoon. We can only apologize, but there's nothing else that we can do. So we've agreed that we will reschedule our engagement session with them on the Q1 presentation. I want to apologize. But what we've decided as a committee, we want to listen to yourselves in terms of challenges and issues that you may want to raise in relation to transport here in Randfontein and the various areas that you come from. The committee support team will be taking notes, and then we will have to come back here. We'll come back here with the department to come and respond on some of the issues that you've raised. But rather than just cancel and say that's it, we felt let's convert this into a session where we listen to you as members of the committee. And I hope you will understand. Unfortunately, it's not our own making this. And it's the first time we've had this challenge. So, are there roving microphones? What's wrong? So what I want to do, we are here to listen to yourselves, all right? And we want to hear from you about some of the experiences you have in relation to matters of transport. If you go and you talk about trains, etc., we are going to listen to everything. Whether it's about taxis, whether it's about e-hailing, whether it's about robots that don't work, etc., we are going to listen to yourselves. Can you put your hand down, please? We are going to listen. Where we have information ourselves, we'll try and interact with yourselves. And where we don't have sufficient information, we are going to reschedule to come back here for a proper meeting, and then let us hear from yourselves. And I trust you'll understand. It's a bit difficult for us today as well. So, sir, please go ahead.
Okay. Oh, it's nice the mic is working, eh? Igama lami nguMosi Mpumelelo kaMsimango. Ngibuya from Sanko. Ngu-chairperson weSanko in the Rand West City. Mina nginembuzo nje u5. Yes. Nginembuzo u5. Oh, okay, let me go to English again. Okay. I only have 5 questions. Number 1, we wish that the MEC, we wish to meet the MEC physically sometimes, because what is happening in Randfontein, we have a problem, and this problem is going to cause a civil war if the government is not willing to take action. We have a problem between ourselves and the taxi associations. Currently here in Randfontein, it's also happening where in the complex where I'm staying in Afro Village, they don't allow Bolt. And now we're starting to confront one another. And now it's starting to be a Minagawena fight. If I don't have my firearm today, tomorrow I must have it with me. The second one is the issue of taxi ranks. That how does the taxi rank work or how does it been built? Because there's a tendency that we are being abused here by the so-called taxi operators or taxi owners, whereby next to a complex or shopping mall, they put their taxis. Where there's no taxi rank, it's a provincial road. So hence I asked even earlier on, say, which is the provincial road, which is the local road? Because even that R55 is full of pothole from the entrance until to the end. That is my submission.
No, thank you very much. Can I just ask, sir, the gentleman from Sanko, I'm not engaging with you. Just, will you help us? You're asking for the difference between national, provincial, and local roads, okay? But there are probably some roads that you have in mind. So if you are able to bring us that list of roads, if you've got specific roads, okay? Bring us that list of roads so that we can then get follow-up on that. But that's all I wanted to ask. I'm going to take, there was another, I'm taking, okay, so let's ask, can we, those who want to speak, please put your hands up. So I'm going to take numbers here. I'm going to deal with this side first, then I'll come to this side, okay? The person here, right here in front, is number 1 with the beige cap, okay? Gentleman with a yellow shirt at the top is number 2. Gentleman with a white cap is number 3. Then I'll go there, the gentleman next to the person from Sanko, the black cap, number 4. Then right at the back, gentleman with a grey cap, number 5. So those are the 5 hands. After that, we'll come this side. Is that all right? Thank you very much. Please just identify yourself, who you are, and if you come from a particular organization, just for the recording purposes. Thank you. Are you okay?
Dumelang batho bohle. Is it audible? Is it audible? Dumelang batho bohle. My name is Keletso Lefutswe. I run a small business. I deliver goods and passengers. And I also have an NPC. I'm a socio-economic activist. And like maybe like the e-hailing owners, I'd say like Uber and Bolt, I feel like the percentage that the partners from their side are getting is a bit unfair. So I want to find out if there is maybe like, if there are measures in place for that to be regulated. Number 2, I want to find out if there's any maybe like available opportunities for women from the Department of Transport, perhaps like incubation program, because I feel like I understand this is how the legislature, but I believe you guys can direct this question to the relevant people. I believe, okay, I think you guys are not, they are not like rather out there. I don't see them. I wanted to find out if there are any like maybe like incubation program. There are young people who like want to get into the business right after matric and right after school. So I feel like the information is not there. Human Settlements launched something recently, although it's not like in place now. There was something called like Empower Hair program, and now they are coming up with maybe like incubation program. So I wanted to find out if there's something like that. And then I wonder if this would work, or maybe you'll connect me with the relevant person. So I have a proposal where I want to empower people with getting like various license types, just to try and combat unemployment, because I believe the thing is there's information deficit and it's not reaching like people. I don't know, getting people who can't read or whatsoever, people who are not, I don't know, I'd say maybe like digital divide maybe is affecting them. So like, how do we like, can I come to you guys, can I bring this proposal to you guys where maybe I want funds to try and empower them not only with them like maybe having license, but to be able to go online and see that I'm not saying we don't have an issue of unemployment. We do have an issue of unemployment, but also there's information deficit and there's also like digital divide. Just to train someone to go online and see that entities like Reserve Bank, DBSA, or all these companies, sometimes they do look for drivers. But this information for somebody who doesn't have, they're not like informed, or they don't know how to use a device, or maybe internet is a problem. How do I go online and maybe see that actually people are always looking for drivers, license, and that part as well, to bridge that gap? I don't know if I managed to put my questions.
Thank you very much. Let's take the next hand. Can I make a suggestion? The rest of the speakers, if you don't mind just standing up, because it may also help your voice to project. But if you wouldn't mind just standing up, thanks.
Ke a leboga modulasetulo. Modulasetulo, putsiso tsa ka di malwa tse ke tlo di botsang. Ya buang mo ke Ntate Jafta from Tukom's Race or 10. Putsiso ya ka ya mathomo. Lefapha la dipalamo le suggestile gore Gautrain e tlo tla ka kwano empa fela e fella Roodepoort. So re batho tseba gore rona West Rand wa ntho e nngwe le nngwe sa kgone go fitlha ka mo West Rand e tshwantse felle Roodepoort. Dibese tsa Rea Vaya di tswa mo West Rand, ma rona mo West Rand ha rena tsona. So re kopa Rea Vaya e etsiwang teng gobane e tswa mo Basmark. So ra kopa mo tsweke e thomo mo e kgono ya Gauteng. E latela bontate re kopa taba ya di license tsa go kgweetsa gobane metšhini ya swa dipliki di a re bolaya re renew after 2 years. What about public e dule e le permanente kapa license e expire after 10 years gobane ntho ya korkorto ya re bolaya tšhelete ga di sa leyo matsatsi a ka jeko. Please ra kopa a rena tšhelete gona no batho bongata bo sa sebetsa. Re boela mo tabeng ya di-taxi di fana ka bothata e leng a di-association gobane ha applyela license ya re Greater West Rand mare o tla utlwa taxi jere e tloga fa e fitlha fa e be tloga mo e be ya fitlha fale e na le o mo le o mong o na le tsela ya gage. Re kopa ntho e fele bontate ka mo West Rand. Ra leboga. Thank you.
Okay, the next person, please.
Thank you very much, Chair. My naam is Leslie Norton. Ek is 'n community development work van Transport Department of Development 2030. Nou vra ek in terms of Gauteng development, hoe ver is julle in die National Development Plan van 2030 because daar's nog net 5 jaar oor en 2030 because daar's nog net 5 jaar oor en die National Development Plan maak vir die financial year. What is the job creation projection in terms of infrastructure development and transport development in die Wesrand? Nie in Gauteng nie, in Wesrand. Wat is die job project Wesrand? En dan my laaste vraag is dan ook, as ons praat in terms of roads and transport development, maar as jy kyk na die Wesrand, ons het nie een car manufactured in die Wesrand in. Sit ons met al die minerals, but in terms of julle roads, al die minerals, but in terms of julle roads infrastructure development, praat julle dan nie met die Wesrand in terms of julle road infrastructure development plan. Nou vra ek myself aan, hoe ernstig is julle met die Wesrand in terms of infrastructure en met die east en die north? Maar as jy kyk in terms of onze transport, ons het nie 'n goudtrein wat van hier, dat maak nie regtig sin in terms of julle transport en julle roads development. It seems as if you guys you're not serious. Thanks.
Thank you very much. The next person at the back there. Yeah, there we are. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Play. Where I stay in our Tambo informal settlement next to the gravel road number D1726. That gravel road, it links us to R24 and N14. And there's a school called Mablomong on that gravel road. Also, it links us to Unity in Tarleton Primary School. When it's rain on that gravel road, even our kids cannot reach to school. And we are pleading to the legislature because the provincial road to be tarred so that even if we go to Magaliesburg, we don't have to drive through Randfontein and get the relevant road to drive to Magalies or go to Tarleton. If I'm 45 years and I was born, that gravel road is there. It shows that in the West Rand, we are not taking serious. Thank you.
Can I ask you just to repeat that gravel D?
Or is D1726.
D1726?
Yes.
Okay. On this side is at the back there. It's covered. So we're done this side. I had 5 hands this side. All right, we'll take your hand. It's fine.
O buang ke bakai. O mo go yone Gauteng mabapi le company re ile ra ka register le rona for re khone go kreya transport logistic like mo go yone provisional ya mo Gauteng. A gona sepe se ka kgonang go kra thuso mo go lona na for mo di tendeng tsa lona for khone go create mmereko mo go yone transport ya lona mo Gauteng.
Thank you very much. We've dealt with this side. Let's take the hands on this side. Gentleman here in the grey shirt, you're the first hand. Let me check if there's anybody else. Hold on, please. Is there any other hands this side? It looks like there's been a caucus here. Number 2. All right. And number 3 at the back there. All right. Sir?
Tumelamba Kaiso. Kalibisoki David Lisua. It's a more 20. Fortunate enough, in one of the years, the former premier, in his statement, has made it clear already. He is going to establish opportunities for the Western people, whereby he's going to assist them with the Western corridors, where he's going to develop the roads. The Gautrain, as much as my colleagues have said there, is going to start here in Western. It was 10 years back. Till to date, nothing has happened. I'm asking, how far are you with that premier statement that he made? Fortunately enough, it was here in Green Hills. He was here in Green Hills by that year. He promised that within 2 or 1 year, he's going to give opportunity for the people of West Rand, whereby the West Rand corridor is going to develop infrastructure and is going to develop the roads. He even mentioned that Gautrain is one of the trains that is going to start in the West Rand. Thank you.
Okay, the lady in front here. Gotcha.
Ngithanda ukubulisa nonke igama lami uDudu wakashabangu ngitransporta abantwana from eBhongweni until eKagiso. So kunendlela la from Uncle Harry to Azadville. It's been years and years and years. Ama-potholes alapho ayamangalisa. And akunamuntu obheka leya ndawo. Angazi ukuthi kahle kahle ubani in charge kuleya ndawo leya, because ayikho under Mkhalisiti. So I think under Randfontein that was one corner, because Mkhalisiti by ignore if balungisa ama-potholes by attend at all. It's been years. It's been years. So ngicela ukubuza kahle kahle ukuthi who's in charge kuleya ndawo leyana nisilungisele, because siyasokola kunama hijackers sebadlalela lapha, even bas hijack ama-potholes azocontrol ukuthi singakhona ukuthi sibaleke or whatsoever. Siyasokola, please ngiyacela. Amen.
Let's take the gentleman, the person at the back there. Yeah.
Sanibonani. Igama lami ngopromise mina ngakangwenya. Ngibuya la eAfri Village eWard 9. Kodwa ke namhlanje njengoba ngimelanga ngizocela ukubuza ukuthi thina sikanti sizophumelela nini, because mina ngihambisa abantwana njengoba umama chaza lapha yana eBhongweni. Ngeke ngisayithinta kakhulu yama-potholes yaseBhongweni, but ngihambisa abantu bama-taxi bayasogolisa, abantu bama-taxi bayahambisa abantu edrobheni, angithi i-association yabo. Masithatha abantwana sibayise esikolweni, abafuni ukuthi sihambise abantwana esikolweni, bafuna ukuthi kubo yibo abahambisa abantwana esikolweni. Manje bengicela ukubuza ukuthi njengoba nikhona abahlali ngaphambili, yini eningasinceda ngayo ukuthi nathi sikhona ukuthi sidle kungadla abantu ababodwa. Amen.
17. Ngibingelele.
Oh, you've just jumped in the queue.
Sorry,
Sorry, sir. I did recognize 3 hands.
Ward 17.
Hold on. I'm saying we recognize 3 hands, but I see I'll allow you, sir, to continue, but that's the last hand this side. That's what I've recognized. Please proceed. Sure.
Ngiqala futhi ngibingelele sila ilense Ward 17 eClipfield off. Ngicela ukubuza ukuthi itrain asinayo ezilibakomo esuke Midway ezakithelens ayikho nesuka futhi le eCartonville ayikho. Sicela lokho ukuthi ibe khona itrain sibuze ukuthi singenza kanjani ukuthi siyithole ngema lapho.
Okay. I think we've taken all the hands. Can we please, just the team, make sure we get the name of the gentleman at the back there in the red cap? Just give us the areas that he was talking about. So as I said at the start, and this has been recorded, so the committee support team will also go through the recordings to capture all the questions properly. As I said at the start, we've had to change our agenda, and we thought let's rather hear from yourselves. Some of the questions, and by the way, we are not the department here, we are the portfolio committee, but some of the questions we may well be able to answer. But in any case, we will have to bring the department here to come and give adequate responses on a number of the questions. So we are not taking the place of the department, but we thought let's rather hear from yourselves. And let me just say this, that the questions you've raised are there are some very important points that you are raising. We will come back and we will have to schedule to bring the department back here to come and engage. And that's why we want to also ask you, please, make sure your names are on the register as well, so we can make sure you come back here when we have the department here. But I've made notes of all the questions here. I'm just going to check quickly with some of the members. What is this? Yeah, just give it to Stambisa, please. Sorry. Thanks. I'm going to just check with some of the members if there's anything that any comments you have in terms of what our stakeholders and our guests here have raised. But let's not try and answer for the department. But there may well be some comments and stuff that you would want to raise. So let's just check with members. Member More, anything? Fine. Member Sorota, you fine? Member Skosana?
I just need to tackle the issue of Gautrain. The issue of Gautrain, in terms of the speech of the Premier in the State of the Province earlier on this year, and also subsequent to our engagement with the department and the Gautrain management, is that there is a plan. The main focus was that the Gautrain is currently moving from Hatfield in Pretoria up to Park Station in Johannesburg. And the concern was that it is not touching into townships fundamentally. Then there is a plan that has been unveiled by the Gautrain management that the train will be expanded up to Soweto and to Mamelodi and up to, I think it's Cosmos City. The Gautrain project is a massive project, expensive project. The intention is to make sure that the entirety of Gauteng can benefit from the usage of Gautrain to assist with traffic congestions around. So the next immediate plans of the Gautrain project is to expand it up to Soweto and pull it back to Mamelodi. And the purpose being that to make sure it connects from township into town and into townships. That's the first priority. I think they said last time we had a meeting with them, that will commence before the end of this year. We will engage with them in terms of their extended plan with regards to touching all corners of the Gauteng province, including West Rand and other areas, maybe up to Vaal. But thus far, the immediate budget allocation and very expensive budget is to pull it up to Soweto and straight from Mamelodi. The purpose being that it must not be serving the suburban areas and ignoring townships. But there are intentions to expand it until it grows and covers the entirety of Gauteng. But obviously it will always move with priorities and budget allocation because it's a very, very expensive program. So far, that is the state of affairs. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, so as I've indicated, we are not the department, but I want to just quickly run through a couple of points that I will try and just give some sort of input on based on our engagements with the department. So I think there's a point that's been raised by the very first speaker about this friction between the taxi industry and e-hailing services. And the fact that there seems to be an attempt to block e-hailing services from certain areas and certain routes. Let me just say this, that so the provincial department, led by MEC Kediboni Diali Klabela, has been having intensive engagements with the taxi industry and the leadership of the taxi industry in Gauteng, particularly your GNTA and your Santaco. And to really stress that commuters are allowed and should be free to use whatever mode of transport they want, without any fear of there being intimidation or violence, etc. Now, we know that there's been situations recently where there are elements, whether they are from associations or they are individuals, but there has been serious attempts to block e-hailing services from operating. And I think that's the point that's being raised. And there have been intense negotiations and discussions. So that matter is an ongoing matter that is being addressed as and when these hot points or hot spots are being picked up. So, and just to say that there's a weekly engagement session that takes place with the taxi industry and e-hailing services in the province to deal with these matters. But I can certainly say that the stance of the provincial department is nobody is allowed to take the law into their own hands, and nobody can prevent e-hailing services from operating, provided, but also e-hailing services must also have the correct operating licenses and documentation, etc. But it's not for somebody else to stop them from operating. If there's a reason to stop somebody from operating, it's the law enforcement agencies that must deal with that. So I just thought I would try and give you some kind of indication as to work that is being done. I mean, also the issue of taxi ranks that was raised. There are some taxi ranks that fall under the municipalities, some would fall under the provincial government. And generally, generally these taxi ranks are managed and operated by associations when they're given that opportunity. But obviously, if you've got specific ranks you're talking about, we would need to get that information so that we can pass it on to the department to check up on. But illegal ranks, just starting on the side of the road, is a problem. And generally that needs the enforcement of law enforcement agencies, particularly at a municipal level. They are the ones that should be moving in to disperse those illegal ranks. It's a matter that we have been engaging with the provincial department as well about the number of illegal ranks that are operating all over the place. And we will continue to raise this. If you've got specific areas, please bring it to Stembiso on the yellow, blue shirt on the end. Give him those information so we can make sure it's part of what we pass on to the department. But from our side as a committee, we also have serious concerns about the number of illegal ranks. And we've been raising it with the province. So we will raise it with the province that they must engage with West Rand, and in particularly Rand West, I suppose, on how are they dealing with illegal ranks. Okay. I mean, I did say if you can give us specific areas where you want to know the difference between what's a national road, a municipal. If we have to do that, it's going to be pages. Because remember, a lot of roads in municipalities are under the municipality. If you can give us specific examples, then we can get that information. All right? And then the R28 and R559, the potholes, we'll raise that with the department to deal with that. I think the second speaker asked about whether there's going to be regulations in terms of e-hailing services, etc. And so just over a year ago, or what's happening? Oh, somebody outside, okay. The National Land Transport Act was amended, and the amended act was signed into law by the President. There are regulations that we've been advised have been finalized relating to different areas of that act. And within that act is also the recognition for the first time of e-hailing services. And as a portfolio committee, we were briefed last week by the National Department of Transport that the regulations have been finalized. They now need to be published in a government gazette for public comment. And there's a certain period. And thereafter, the regulations then will actually come into effect and be operationalized. I mean, just in terms of the e-hailing services, I think they told us there was about 30 things are being finalized and will come into operation once they've met all the requirements and publishing them in the Gazette for public comment and then they'll be operationalized. So I hope that helps on that. We haven't seen the actual regulations. So when they come out, we'll also get sight of them as a portfolio committee. I just thought, let me touch on that. And I think when we ask the department to come back here, we'll ask them to talk about opportunities. And I know they do have engagements, every so often they have engagements with women on opportunities, so we'll raise that as well. And then I think you were also asking, how do people find out where there are positions for driver opportunities? I don't think the department has that, because I mean, there would be positions offered in the private sector, etc. So I don't think there's one portal that you can go to, but we'll certainly check in terms of government, is there somewhere one can go to. But we'll have to, when the department comes with us, they'll have to answer on some of these things, all right? But in terms of government departments, if there are positions going, papers, check adverts by different companies, etc. I'll come back to you now. I just wanted to, but we'll raise these things with the department as well. I mean, yeah, the car train going through to West Rand, well, I think we would bring the car train here as well. No, we'd bring the car train management here to come here and explain exactly the expansion plans. And, are there plans beyond this phase of expansions that are going to take place? But I know it touches a part of the West Rand, exactly where. I'm not going to go into those details. I think it's best that they would come and be able to give input on the expansion plans and why certain routes are being prioritized now. So I think that will bring them back here. I think there was a question about Ria via bus services, if I understood correctly. And if that's the case, we'll raise it with the department because that's a municipal function. Municipality would have to look at that, but we'll ask the provincial department to engage, probably with the West Rand district, to really look at municipalities and transport options in the West Rand. The license card, it's a good question about can it not be made longer? So that's your driver's license card, I think you were referring to. Currently now, you must go and renew it every 5 years. And I know there's been talk of it being extended to 10 years and longer. That falls under the National Department of Transport. But we'll raise it with the province because we've been hearing that there are possible plans to extend it. I know the National Minister has spoken about it, but it's not something that's become official yet. But we'll raise the input with the provincial MEC to also take up with the Minister. So I think that one we've been hearing about as well. Taxi ranks in the West Rand, I think I spoke about that. I think the car train, how far is Gauteng in relation to the 2030 plan? The department would have to come in and probably explain in terms of transport when we bring them back here. Job creation, in terms of transport projects in the West Rand, what's the projection of job creation? And how many projects are planned in the West Rand? We'll get the department to come. When they come with us, they will answer on that. And they will go into detail and be able to explain on those. The question, I think, was raised about no car manufacturers in the West Rand. I think also that you spoke about no aircraft manufacturing taking place. And you also spoke about just infrastructure projects in general in the West Rand. Certainly, we'll pass this on to the department, but I think we'll also ask the MEC, but we'll also pass it on to infrastructure development as well, probably economic development, because I think some of the things you're raising are really economic issues. And why is the West Rand sometimes far behind? I think that's the point that was being raised. So we will certainly take those up. And I think the issue of transport links between the West Rand and the rest of the province, I think that was what was being raised there. And I think that, so we will ask the Transport Department to really look into this issue of adequate links between the West Rand and other parts of the province, and they can then explain and talk to that. There's an entity in the Department of Transport called TAG, that's Transport Authority Gauteng. And the Transport Authority Gauteng is also responsible for the ITMP, That's the Integrated Transport Management Plan for Gauteng. And they are right now, they've just finalized the draft ITMP for Gauteng. And soon that's going to be brought to the Portfolio Committee. And the Portfolio Committee is being asked to look at having a series of roadshows around the province where stakeholders and people like yourselves can make input onto the Integrated Transport Management Plan. That's about routes, it's about links, it's about transport routes that are needed for Gauteng going forward. So I think that's something that you'll have to watch out for, and hopefully we will come to, in fact, probably the plan would be that we go to each region where that ITMP 25 can then be presented for input from the public. I think it covers that. I think the D1726, the gravel road, which gets into terrible conditions when it rains, we'll bring that to the attention of the department and see what is the plan. We will also bring to them the request that that road be tarred. But we'll take that up with the department. I think we've heard what you've raised there. I think there was a question on how to apply for tenders when they're advertised. We can't help you get tenders, but you've got to watch the provincial departments on their online website where they do advertise the tenders for specific projects, road projects, where you would then have to submit the necessary documents. But probably there's a need, I suppose, to just empower people how to go about doing that. And what do you need to do to apply for these tenders when they're advertised. So we'll raise that with the department as well. Probably a need for workshops if we understood the question properly. The road from Uncle Harry to Azardville, which is in an extremely bad condition, and the fact that there are hijackers that are operating in that area, especially when people get affected by potholes. We'll bring that to the attention of the department. I'm not sure which road that is, but they will investigate that. If it's not their road, they'll take it up with the relevant municipality. The issue of that the lady from Afri Village, the taxi industry or elements within the taxi industry trying to stop scholar transport from taking place. If you could please just bring to Stembisa the exact details. Is there a route that you operate on? Do you have your operating license for that? So we can take it up with the department. Because where scholar transport has been appointed, nobody can come and try and stop that from taking place. Scholar transport is a very specialized focused area of transporting school children from wherever they're coming from to the school that they're going to. And you can't have the taxi industry or elements with the industry or individual drivers wanting to stop scholar transport from taking place. But we would need a little bit more information. You can bring it to Stembisa so we can raise it with the department. Because it's the department, the Provincial Department of Transport and the Provincial Department of Education work hand in hand in firstly determining the routes and the awarding of licenses, operating licenses. So we would need that information so we can hand it over and get that looked into. But that shouldn't be allowed. And then I think the Indonesia, Ward 17, the gentleman in the red hat at the back, you spoke about the need for train services. And we know that there's been a serious challenge with train services, the vandalization that took place, particularly during the COVID era, of train lines and people vandalized and destroyed lines all over the place. So PRASA, the Passenger Rail Agency, South Africa, is the entity under the National Department of Transport that is responsible for passenger rail services. So they have been, you would have noticed, in the Randfontein train line is operating again, not to its fullest extent, but it's back in operation. And they are gradually, but slowly but surely, restoring all the lines that used to operate previously. So if we can get just that information, we'll also bring it to the attention of the MEC and ask her to raise it with the National Minister on the need for those train services to be re-established. So I think we've tried to give a little bit of information. A lot of it we'll hand over to the department. We'll bring them back here. That's a commitment and a promise we are making. We just need to identify the date, but we'll come back here, and then we'll bring them, and we'll ask them to address these matters as well, and make sure that yourselves are alerted of the date when we're coming back here. But the lady in front here, we just wanted to give you that last opportunity before we close. Thank you. Just if we can get a microphone here, please. A roving mic in front here, please. The lady in front right here, you did ask, wanted to ask another, or follow up, I think.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to clarify that my last question was to say perhaps to be connected with the relevant people, saying I have a proposal that I want to submit, and it's really like to align, not really like, I don't want them to say they have jobs or whatsoever, but I want like maybe funds to help people get like licenses, and then also like maybe bridge the gap, like the digital divide. If somebody has a license, help them to go like and maybe like look for a job like digitally. It's just to bridge that gap, not that I want them to like the jobs and whatsoever. Thanks.
Can I make a suggestion? Come to Stumbiso afterwards. You can get his contact detail, his email address, so that you can send him your proposal and we'll pass it on to the provincial department. Okay. So, I think members, you fine? Members Kosana? Yeah, please.
I think it must be emphasized that the taxi industry is working through Santaco and the e-hailing with the MEC. And I see the issue of the e-hailing and the taxi industry is becoming, or is indeed a serious problem in the province. I want people with specific cases of harassment by the taxi industry, particularly umama lapha athi they are being literally bullied by the taxi industry, if I hear you well, in the transportation of kids. Besicela ukuthi before sihamba usinikeze a specific case in an area of operation where that is happening, because as a government and as a department, that is totally unacceptable. Everybody will and shall operate under the law and the rule of law, and the government is responsible for providing an environment where everybody can do business and can do business in peace and protection from the state. And particularly when it comes to the issues of women in transport, the MEC, being a woman herself, she's very much keen and interested in making sure that there is indeed protection of women, participation, and no bullying of women in business and in this industry, taxi. So, besicela ukuthi mama, nisnikeze a specific information. And also, the gentleman that spoke on the issue of self-created taxi ranks, please give us specific details, because whatever issues that we take from here, we are going to deal with them deliberately and directly and specifically, not in general. And we want to take your particulars, so that when you come back with the feedback, we know that we have answered your question. Thank you.
Thanks, Members Kuswana. Anything else, members? All right, thank you. So, if I take your, can you come and talk to us afterwards? Because if I start to take hands now, other hands will go up as well, and we've taken all that. You can come and engage with us afterwards. I think come and engage with us afterwards. If you can just, can you come and engage with us afterwards, and you can raise the point you want to raise. No. No. I'm saying, sir, you can come and engage with us afterwards. I can't keep opening up now. So you'll engage with us afterwards. So I want to then, are you all right with that, members?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to just firstly, once again, we want to apologize that we had to change the format of this meeting. We appreciate you being prepared to engage with us and raise various issues. If there are those of you who still want to raise something, you can come to us at the end. We'll gladly hear and take down the issues you're raising. But thank you very much for bearing with us. It's a very unfortunate situation. This has never happened to us before. But I guess technology sometimes gives us challenges at times. So thank you for engaging with us. All the points you've raised are very valuable and critical points. And I've made my notes here. The team from the committee will put these into a report that we will send to the department. We'll cross-check to make sure they're covering everything that's been raised here. And we'll immediately take that up with the department. We'll bring the department back here, particularly to come and engage on these issues that have been raised, and then to have any other questions that people may have at the time. So we will bring them back here. So thank you very much for engaging with us, and thank you for being here. Let me also say thank you very much to the the interpretation services at the back, who always really play a very important role in making sure that all of us are able to understand what's being raised and what's being discussed. So thank you very much, and thank you for your efforts and always being available at the back. Thank you to the sound team and those who have been doing the link that's been broadcast on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you very much for that. Again, the technical challenges are not necessarily your fault, but thank you for doing everything you could do. But at some stage, we had to make a call. And thank you for setting everything up and for all the help you've done here as well. Let me also thank the team that did catering. I'm sure you had lunch earlier when you came, that there was catering and so on. Thank you to the team. Thank you to security support, if there's any security here. Thanks to the committee support team for all the arrangements put in place. And finally, let me say thanks to the members that are here with us as well. We've been here since 9 this morning, doing an oversight visit and then here. So thank you very much to everybody. And I think on that note, let's adjourn. And I think the transport that brought you here will be outside to take you back. So on that note, thank you very much, and meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much.